I'm in Torrevieja today. We're going to be taking a walk along the promenade, Torrevieja promenade. We're going to go right along and right round to the harbour. We're going to be talking about living in Spain, moving to Spain, or what you need to know. So we're just going to take a nice stroll from the far end all the way round up to the harbour on this nice early morning, 11:30 on a Saturday morning. 21 degrees for January, not too bad. So yeah, we're going to be talking all about what you need to know. We're moving to Spain in 2024. We're going to be talking about the residency, the types of visas you need, about buying property in Spain, and best places to live, and all about the taxes and bank accounts, NIEs, TIE cards. So yeah, we're going to be just walking along, and we're going to go through all what you need to know if you're going to be wanting to live in Spain, if you're an EU citizen or if you're not an EU citizen, as things have changed since Brexit. I've been in Spain now for just over 9 years, and it's probably one of the nicest countries to live in, especially if you're from the UK. It's just a couple of hours on a flight, and we're sandwiched in between both airports, Murcia and Alicante, so it's about the same distance between each airport, about 35 minutes. So it's a very good location, Torrevieja, and you've got a good English expat community here. And I've done lots of videos all over this area, Costa Blanca, so you can have a good look what it's all about in these areas, and see what the places look like and different times of year. So I start off really about the residency, as it's all changed now. Now if you're an EU citizen, it's not going to be much different to what it was before. You just basically, if you've bought a place, you just register with a padron, all your details, make sure you've got your healthcare to support yourself, and all your photographs of your passports and everything, and then you can just get the NIE down at the police station, and you go to the bank and you'll get your fees paid, and you take all your copies. You can do this yourself, or you can go and see a solicitor. But if you're from the UK, things have changed now, and you need to do a lot different to what it was before. I mean, the new 90-day rule now, which is 90 days or 180 days a year, you can break it up into weeks if you like. So and there is a calendar as well, that if you wanted to work out your weeks you want to stay in Spain, you can break up the weeks, but you cannot be more than 90 days. So if you really wanted to, you can just do the 3 months straight off. And if you get caught staying in Spain, so if you come on holiday and you just decide to stay here and you're not an EU or a citizen that's applied for your temporary residency, you can end up in prison. I take it very serious. And you can also get banned from entering the country for up to 3 years. So you must not overstay more than once. So now the UK is actually listed now as a third country since 2021. There's 3 types of visas you can actually apply for. I mean, you can do this through a solicitor, or you can apply online. I'll leave a lot of the links below in the description, so you can get all your links for what you need to know. But one of the main visas, which is the non-lucrative visa, which is the NLC. So with this Non-lucrative visa is probably one of the easiest ones. If you just retired and you've got plenty of money to live on in Spain, this will entitle you to live here all year round. So the 90-day rule won't come into it. You've got to have an income outside the UK. So with this non-lucrative visa, they work it out according to the Spanish wage, which is 4 times the IPREM, they call it, the Spanish income. I mean, last year in 2023, the income was worked out. You need to have in your bank account 2,400 a month. Yeah. That is what they require for the non-lucrative visa. And that's worked out for how many years you've got left before you receive the pension. So you're going to have quite an hefty lump sum in your bank if you decide to settle here before retirement age. So that's the non-lucrative. There is the other visa, which is the nomad visa, which is a digital nomad, they call it. This one's a little bit different. You've got to have a business outside the UK or a company or be self-employed, and you've got to have money coming into your bank. And last year the requirements for that was each month you had to have coming into your bank was 2,160, 30,000 a year. And obviously that's going to change when the cost of living average wage goes up, so that will go up when that goes up. So that would be your digital nomad. And with this one you cannot work either in Spain. You've just got to have your business outside Spain or your company coming in from outside. So that is what is required if you decide to settle here and you've got a business in England. You've got to have that money coming in to your bank account. So that is the other option. You've also got the golden visa. Now this is for someone that's buying a property over £500,000, or you've got £1 million in the bank, or you've got £1 million in stocks, got £1 million in stocks and shares and bonds. If you've got that, you'll get the golden visa, and that one entitles you to be in Spain. So there are your options. Now in Spain you can't do nothing without an NIE or a TIE, which is a foreigner's identification card basically with a number on. And with this you need to apply. You can do it online, you can download it, fill the form in and go pay the little fee in the bank, and then you take all your copies of your padron and your passport photocopies and all the other stuff you need, and then it goes to the police station, the immigration, and you apply for that. But a lot easier. You can get a solicitor to do it. They will do all the paperwork for you, make sure you got all the correct documents, because you do need this TIE. It's a 5-year temporary to start with, and then once you've been here 5 years you can apply for the 10-year one, and it get renewed every 10 years. You go to the police station, they'll take your fingerprints, give you a photographic card, and it's a proper ID card. They all have it in Spain. Most of Europe have these cards now, and you need one of these when you open a bank account, because everything done in Spain is tracked by this personal NIE number. You buy a car, you'll need it. So you definitely do need to get it sorted if you're coming to Spain. If you bought an house even and you're not intending to stay over here and live, you just want to come backwards and forwards, you'll still need this identity card, because whenever you go in shops and buy large items of goods, they'll ask for it. your car insurance, everything like that, your bank, all need this, your property, all need this special card. It will stay with you all the time. It's your own personal identification card. Also, property in Spain can vary from area to area. It depends where you are. If you're right on the coast, I mean, Torrevieja is very cheap property here, right in the main city. Very popular tourist destination, bang in the middle, I said, of both airports, Alicante and Murcia. You can get cheap, low-cost air flights to here as well. I mean, you're paying an average 15 to 20% cheaper than if you're buying in other areas like Algorfa, Formentera. I mean, Torrevieja itself, prices have increased over the last few years. I mean, studio apartments were at one time around 20,000 euros. You're looking at 40,000 euros now for a nice little studio apartment. But you can pick up 1 to 2 bedrooms now around about 45,000 to 60,000 euros in Torrevieja, or a 3-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms for around 90,000 euros. So it's not bad. You will get a little bit cheaper inland. You can go right into Almoradi or places like that and get it a bit cheaper, which is only at 25 minutes from the coast. But you've got a lot of beautiful beaches here on the Costa Blanca to visit. So wherever you go, you've got Punta Prima, you've got La Zina, Playa Flamenca. They're all nice areas where you can pick up around about 130,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom quad house, all in them areas. All cheap as chips, basically, a lot cheaper than what you pay in England. I mean, house prices out here got to be minimum half the price what you pay in England, and they're big houses and big plots. And if you want a swimming pool built, you ain't got a swimming pool, that's not a problem. You can get a swimming pool put on one of these properties for around 15,000 euros. Get the license done and get it on your deeds. So you can get one without an house and get that done. There's plenty of swimming pool companies will do that. But cost of living over here is real cheap. If you eat local, buy local, as long as you're not getting import stuff, you get used to the local brands, the Coca-Cola and all their sauces. It's a lot cheaper. You get the menus of the day in a lot of these restaurants. They do around about 10, 11 euros for a 3-course menu of the day with a small beer or wine. And if you want to go to local bars, you can get a pint of San Miguel, average 2.50 in a lot of the bars here on the Costa Blanca. And let's go Benidorm, of course, and pick one up for €1 and a glass of wine for 1.50. So yeah, prices are very cheap. The food and drink, dining out, Indian restaurants and Chinese. You get your menus of the day, they average from 12 to 15 euros, 3 courses. I mean, we're just walking along now. There's like people enjoying life just along the front here, enjoying this lovely sunny climate. But main thing is, if you do buy a house in Spain, make sure whether you're on an urbanisation, because a lot of these places, if they have urbanisations, fees can be very, very high indeed. You can pay anything from 200 euros a year or up to 1,600 euros a year for the urbanisation fees. And if you're not on urbanisation, it's even better. You won't be paying any fees at all. You'd just be paying your local council standing charge for your house. If it's a small house, it could be about 220, or a big house, 300 a year. That's equivalent to our council tax in the UK. So you buy your house, you'd only have to pay around about 300 euros a year. That will cover you what you'd pay back in the UK. And you've got your electric, which comes out every month. I mean, depending on who's in the house and how much you've got going, but that averages about 100 a month. You don't have any gas, and that'll cover everything. And then you've got your water that comes out every couple of months. That works out about 40 euros a month. So yeah, cost of living is very, very cheap in Spain. And you live outside as well. You don't really live in the house because the weather's really nice. A little tip, if you do buy in Spain, the winter months can be a bit cold because these houses are not designed for keeping the heat in, it's designed to keep it cool. So the winter months, if you're on the wrong side of the road, these houses can be very, very cold. And if you're on the other side of the road, south facing, it can be very, very hot all year round. So the south side of the road will have all their windows open, sitting out sunbathing, and across the other side they'll have everything closed up with the heating on. But you have strong sun all year round, so it's up to you to make your mind up. But personally, a little tip, definitely get on the warm side of the road, they say. I mean, cars out here are a lot more expensive than the UK as well. I mean, I don't know what it is with cars in Spain, but they're so much more expensive, even if they've done 300,000 kilometres on the clock. And the insurance is pretty much the same as the UK. Petrol's a little bit cheaper. I mean, you've got your MOT, which over here they call it the ITV, that gets done every 2 years. That starts around 40 euros for an ITV, and you put a sticker on your car. And if you do get your house, come and buy a nice house here, it's 12%, and that will include your 10% VAT and your stamp duty, and then probably another 1,000 on top for your solicitor's fees. And you can move in within a month or up to 3 months if it's a mortgage. It depends sometimes on the buyer, but it's a lot quicker process than the UK or any other country. You can literally be in the same property you buy within a month if it's empty and vacant and everyone's cash buyer ready to go. Mortgage, say, could be a bit more complicated, take a little bit longer. And back to the car. If you decide to buy a car, I recommend you get it from a dealer, because when you get these cars, if they've built any parking tickets on or speeding fines, and you get it private and the transfer hasn't been changed over properly, like in England you've got the logbook, the MOT certificate, and all the details there where it's got the registered driver on, and if you don't get the car transferred over properly to the right name, what happens is you end up copping the debt on the car, so you'll end up paying all the bills that person owes on that car. You carry the debt, so you have to fill in a form and get it all transferred over, which costs about 300 euros, and they'll transfer all the details correct. You can do it yourself, you get a solicitor to do it, or you can go to a car dealer, get a car, they will do all the transfer of the car over for you, so all the details will be transferred over and you won't get no debt what's owed on that car. And the same with a house. When you buy an house, same thing with an house. You get an house and the solicitor checks there's no debt on the house, because if there's a debt on the house, what happens is you end up paying that debt. So a solicitor will check everything, make sure there's nothing owing before it all goes through. And you've got lots of Spanish markets here, and all the towns you go to. Very popular in Spain, the markets for the fruit and veg, because they're a third of the price what you pay in a supermarket. And they all go to the markets solely for the fruit and veg. They go there with all the trolleys. Got lots of videos of all the markets in Spain, you can check them out. And like I say, I've got videos of all the areas in Spain, inland, outside Spain, places to visit, give you an idea what's about in these places and what the cost of living is. If you're liking this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if it's your first time you've ever come to my channel. If you do decide to get a property and you do see it on an advert online or whatever, be very careful, because a lot of these people display these houses for sale, and you end up paying a searcher's fee and more money for the property, for the person that's found you the property. Where if you just come out here, look in the estate agent's window and see the property displayed, you're not going to be paying out for the searches fee. You're already going to be paying out to buy the property. But when you sell property over here, it's unlike other places. It's around about 6%. There are a few of them about that are doing 3%. That's quite a hefty chunk of money if you're selling your property. Also, if you've made money on your property, which is property gains, they also tax you on that as well. So you're no good buying a property for 50,000 and spending 100,000 on it. You can put a little bit in for expenses, but they will charge you a hefty lot of property gains tax. Lots of tax in Spain, I'm afraid. Everything's 21%. They do like their tax. Driving in Spain is a lot different from any other country I've been to, especially England. England's all hustle and bustle out here. Apart from the main cities, all the other roads, it's just speed humps and roundabouts basically. It's a lot more legible to drive rather than keep stopping every traffic lights you come to. So you very rarely get any traffic at all in Spain. The main roads are clear. A lot more enjoyable, and if you do go to one of these towns, there's lots of free parking. You can literally park anywhere. They've got all bays. I mean, all down these side roads in Torrevieja, you've got all these parking bays. They're marked out and they're free. You don't have to pay anything. You can just drive around until you see a space. There's plenty of spaces. Or you can go in the underground car park there, just in the harbour in Torrevieja. That's cheap as chips anyway. It's about €5 a day. So yeah, plenty of parking about. Even the main city, Alicante. I mean, I've been to Alicante a few times, done some videos. Alicante, parking there's cheap as well. You've got underground car parks all over. You could probably find some parking around the streets you probably wouldn't need to pay for. But yeah, parking's not too expensive. They do tend to look after their own here. They have a lot of fiestas all year round. A lot of them they give out free food and sometimes beer and drinks. It's all about the party life in Spain. They have their fiestas, and not much work got done here, that's for sure. We've got so many red days a year as well, unlike the UK. You have plenty of red days in Spain. Yeah, we're just taking a walk now down the back streets. You can see coming up to 12 o'clock and plenty of people out and about now. Got everything you want in this main city, Torrevieja, very central. You got the water parks, you've got the little fun fair, you got the Friday market, all the bars, you've got the bingo all here as well. And all the other towns, you've got the massive church square. And this road here I'm down now is Raymond Gallard. It is the main road for their fiestas. Done many videos of this street. And there's one coming up next month, another fiesta. But yeah, you get 2 or 3 a month. And you get the big parade here, of course, Christmas, the Three Kings, which is in most towns in Spain. Life in Spain, so relaxing. Healthy climate, nice and warm. Wake up to lovely sunshine, and the time just flies. Hence why they say mañana, because time goes so quick, they never get anything done to the next day. If you did want to bring your car over from the UK or any other country, you can do that. You'd have to pay the tax on it, and then you get it transferred over on Spanish plates. It'll have a special ITV done for an import car, but the process can be a lot more expensive now. It was about 1,500 just pre-Brexit. Now Brexit's come along, we're not in Europe anymore, prices might be a little bit higher, but you could bring your car over if you like to drive your own car, and you can get it all done. And a lot of people bring all their furniture over from the UK. I don't see the point myself. You can get it all here, it works out just as cheap. And when it comes to bank accounts, I suggest you shop around for bank accounts, because it'll be a bit tricky. Unlike other places, in Spain, you have to pay for your bank account quarterly. Some are paying 30 to 60 euros a quarter. But a lot of these banks, especially Sabadell, if you could take out a couple of insurance policies out with them, you can get it right down, literally, to 10 euros or even free. So you'll get no bank charges. All they will charge you for would be for your special bank cards. A lot of people in Spain now, since I've been here, they've all tried to sort it all out with an online banking company where you don't pay anything. But if you actually want a branch you go into, I mean, personally, I'm with Sabadell. I've got free banking with them because I've got my insurance policies taken out with them, and I'm a resident. Another thing to note as well, in Spain, everything's got to be done before 12 o'clock. They don't like you taking any money out before 12 o'clock. So if you need to get some money out of the bank, you've got to make sure you do it before 12 o'clock. So yeah, we're just going right along here, this back street here. You can see right on this corner, all these new flats going up. They're doing so much building work. In the last few years, this place has come up miles. They're building a lot of new buildings with reconstruction. You've got the big project down by the harbour, which is going to boast a lot of restaurants and bars, and that's expected to be finished in another year or so. They've been on it for a year. They've finished doing all the footings, so when that opens up, we'll have another big area there by the harbour, which got also nice little restaurants there as well, and a marina, all around the marina, lovely restaurants. So when that's done, that's another new bit of Torre they've done. If you're a youngster that's just passed your test in Spain, for the first couple of years, driving is 0 alcohol, and that means you can't have any alcohol in your system, otherwise you'll get banned. And if you've been driving more than that and you've held your license, the alcohol limit is still pretty low compared to England. A lot of people shoot around on these scooters now that are for hire, but even now the police have clamped down on that. Anyone caught on a scooter that's been drinking, the same will apply. They will still get banned, and a bike. And they started stopping the scooters and checking. The problem with Spain is you can pick up a litre of vodka as cheap as €4.50, or a bottle of wine starting at €1. And a case of beer, you can pick up 12 lagers for around €4.20. So alcohol is very, very cheap. Cost of living is cheap. Cars are expensive. Houses are cheap. Electrical goods seem to be expensive as well. Apart from a TV, you can pick up massive TVs now, 75 inch, around €600. So yeah, a bit of a bish bash bosh on all different things that are cheap and whatnot. But overall, this is what you call living a dream in Spain. Well, they're all sitting in England and all the other countries, -4, -10 degrees, and this is our winter. And we're looking at 21 degrees. Yeah, only a few days ago, we was looking at 30 degrees on the Costa Blanca. Second hottest weather we've had for 38 years apparently. So it can't be bad. So this is our winter. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and let us know in the comments what you think below. And also check out the links. I put some useful things in the links for you, and check out my next video just at the top.
Walking along here now.